Hi, One Heroes here to talk about the best assists and positions for every single character in the Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Remember that this is my opinion and I'm covering general situations. Depending on your team, your game plan, or even your opponents, you might want to switch it up, but in general, what I'm gonna be giving you here should work well in most situations. All characters are gonna be listed in alphabetical order, so you can just keep to the ones that interest you by going into the timestamps. Akuma. If you want to play Akuma, you should definitely use the green assist. Tatsumaki Senpu Kyaku is gonna offer you a lot more than the other two options. The blue one is close to being useless, and the pink one doesn't really offer you nearly as much. It comes out, it leaves fast, it has some great priority, it's great for combo extensions for many different characters. It can be very good for approaching in case you want to be aggressive, and it can also push people away in case you're playing more on the defense. Definitely one of the best assists in the game. I recommend you use Akuma on the anchor position. This way you can take advantage of his great assist for both of your other characters, plus he is great with X Factor and he does a ton of damage, so he's great for comebacks in general. If you want to play him on mid, that's fine too, but just don't go with him in point, because this way you're just going to be wasting his amazing assist. Amaterasu. With Amy, the green assist is really the way to go. Gold Star is one of the best assists in the game to keep people blocking, so it's great for lockdowns, setups, mix-ups, unblockables, and of course you can also use it for the combos, for the neutral, for defense, for offense. Literally any way you want to use that assist, you can. The pink one is close to useless, and the blue one gives you meter, which is good, but Gold Star gives you so much more that I really don't think it's worth going for the blue one unless you're playing very specific teams that need a lot of meter. I would recommend using Amy on the anchor position. She's amazing at making comebacks, great X Factor character. Plus again, you'll be able to have the Gold Star for both of your other characters, and also the amazing THC. She's one of the best THC characters in the game because she keeps your opponent locked in for so long. Mid position is fine in case you want to as well. This way you can also use her Tech Infinite, which is one of the reliable ones in the game. But please don't use her on point position, because this way you're just gonna waste all of her potential as a support character. Plus, she can't really do a lot of damage without X Factor, and it's with X Factor level 2 that things start to get interesting for her. So, point position is definitely the worst. Arthur. With Arthur, you'll most definitely want to use the green assist. Dagger Toss is very good for the neutral and for approaching as well in case you're playing aggressive characters. But the trick to make this assist broken is to have the armor for Arthur, because this way the assist will have more priority, allowing you to beat most of other characters' projectiles, and also granting you more time to convert out of hits and your combos. Considering that, the best position that I would recommend to use Arthur is the point, because this way you can start a match, already get the armor for Arthur, and then tag him out so that the characters can benefit from that amazing assist. If you want to use him in other positions, just remember to try and create a game plan where you can try to get the armor as fast as possible, because while you still don't have the armor, you're not gonna get all the character can offer you. Captain America. The blue assist should be the best option in most cases. It can be a good defensive assist since it comes out fast and really pushes people away in case it hits. You can also use it for combo extensions in the corner depending on the characters that you play. But even though this might be his best assist, remember that Captain America is not really a good support character. In case you feel like you have no use for Charging Star, you can try the Shield Slash assist, the pink one, but that assist is also not the best. Even though it can be a little better for neutral, you're still not gonna have a great backup with that one. Considering that, the best position for Captain America would be the point position. It doesn't offer a great support anyway, plus he can really be a lot scarier when you got some characters backing him up. Assists that allow him to use the Charging Star and convert out of it, or at least make it safe while using it neutral, or that can allow him to go for the cartwheel and get some quick mix-ups, can be good choices to make Captain America a lot more dangerous. Playing Cap on point will allow you to have 2 assists to back him up and try to take the most out of Captain. Chris. The green assist is a very solid option for Chris. Gunfire can be beneficial for you to play the neutral in case you want to go aggressive and you want an assist to back you up. It can also be used for combos or just help you out on your zoning in case you feel like you want to shoot projectiles from far away. A good position for Chris would be the point one, where you can take advantage of 2 assists to help out his game. He is a solid character if you can have some assists to allow him to get space, because this way you can set up your grenades, your bombs, and try to control the scream and the neutral. Without assist, it's very hard for Chris to implement his game, so putting him on the anchor position, for example, would be terrible. Also because, again, he's not a really good comeback character. But if you want to play him on the mid position, that could work as well, since you'll be able to take advantage of his gunfire assist, which is a good one. The THC can also be good, plus you'll still have a third character that can be that assist to help him out set his neutral. Chun-Li. Her blue assist is one of the best in the game. The multiple kicks will allow you to keep the opponent blocking for a very long time, similar to Gold Star, allowing you to go for so many different mix-ups, setups, unblockables, can be used for combo extensions, and it has some great hitbox too. The other two assists can't even compete with this one, so if you play Chun-Li, 100% of the time I would say go for the blue one. In terms of position, I'd say to use Chun-Li either on point or mid. She will be very effective on both of these positions. On point, she's very good at opening your opponent's defense up and getting that hit, so you can use assists to help her approach, and in case you get a hit, she's got an amazing crumple stun that can lead into a hard tag into another character for higher damage, since she can't really do a lot of damage on her own. On the mid position, you'll be able to take advantage of her amazing assist and even try out her tag infinite in case you have the execution to pull that off, and still have a third character for the comebacks and for providing one assist for her to approach and do all of that, maybe even the hard tag option. If you want to play her on anchor, you can try to make that work. The damage will be fixed because you're going to have access to X Factor, and she will be extremely fast with that one, being very hard to predict, so it will probably open your opponent's defense up, but I honestly not very fan of her in the anchors, so I would recommend going for point or mid with her. Crimson Viper. The blue assist or the green one are the options you should try to use with Viper. None of them are fantastic, but the blue one can lead into unblockables because it's an overhead, so if you find a good setup to hit a low at the same time that the assist hits the overhead, then you got yourself an unblockable, plus it can also be used in some combos. If you can't really make the blue assist work that well, you can try the green one, especially in case your character really needs an OTG assist to get some combo extensions or to get some converts out of air throws or stuff like that. The green can be your choice, but again, neither of these two options are that amazing. With that said, I would recommend using Viper on the point position, because not only doesn't she really offer the best assists for your other two characters, but she can really take her best when you got some good backups for her. Assists that will help her get close and approach your opponent will be very welcome, especially because she's got access to an unblockable move, so if you can have assists to lock your opponent down, it can be very beneficial. She's got instant overheads, lows, amazing throws to convert off of, and the unblockable move, so everything put together, she's very deadly at approaching and opening your opponent's defense up, plus she can deal a ton of damage by herself anyway, so no need for X Factor to do the damage, so anchor position and doing comebacks with X Factor is not really necessary for her because she can already do that by herself without the X Factor. She also benefits big time from assists that grant you meter, since she's got the EX moves that give her a ton of priority. So playing her on point would allow you to have two assists to back you up and allow you to explore the maximum that Viper can offer you. Dante. If you want to play Dante, you're definitely going to be going with the pink assist Jam Session. Jam Session comes out fast, has some great priority, keeps your opponents locked in for a very long time, both in block stun and on hit stun, so it's great for combo extensions and for converting in case you get a straight hit. It's great for defense as well because it puts a barrier between you and your opponent, which is great in case you want to have space to set up something. And it can also be very good in case you want to be aggressive, since again it comes out fast and it's going to force your opponent to block, give you time for pressure, and again make them block even if they are in the air, because they will not be able to escape via the air nor the ground. The Whistle Shot and Crystal are not bad assists, but they simply can't compare to Jam Session. It offers so much more, and again most of the time you are going for it. Dante is a very versatile character and you can simply play him wherever you want, but I would highly recommend you play him on anchor or at least mid again to take advantage of the Jam Session assist, which is fantastic. He also offers one of the best THCs in the game, which is the $1 million, allowing you to continue the combo or even to get some pressure if you use it on neutral. be sure to take the best out of Dante as a support character, but the anchor position still takes it for me because this way you can explore his assist for your first and for your second character, but you also got an amazing comeback character in your hands. He is fantastic with X Factor, and even if your X Factor runs out, he's still very good at making comebacks. He's got tons of resources at his disposal. You can play him any way you want. You can be aggressive, you can zone, you can keep your distance. So basically, no matter the situation you are with Dante, you can kinda handle yourself with him. So anchor position is definitely my favorite. If you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to leave a thumbs up. That really helps out a lot of my work. And subscribe to the channel as well to get notified whenever I post a new video or whenever I go live. Deadpool. Deadpool provides you two amazing assists, the pink one, Quick Work, and the green one, Katana Rama. Quick Work would be a better option in my opinion because it is more versatile than Katana Rama because it can also be used in the neutral very effectively. Comes out fast, it's hard to punish, has some great range, allows you to get combo extensions, and because it hits your opponent low, it grants you the possibility of unblockables if you hit your opponent with an overhead at the same time that Quick Work hits. Not to mention it offers you a great crossover counter, allowing you to get a full combo out of it without any backup just by cancelling into his teleport. But I still gotta mention Katana Rama because even though it's not useful for neutral, it is, in my opinion, the best OTG assist in the game. It comes out fast, it can pick up two characters, so for happy birthday situations you can still count on it for keeping your combos going, and it allows you to reset your ground bounce, which is crazy. Katana Rama forces a ground bounce, so if you already used your ground bounce before using Katana Rama, it doesn't matter, it's still gonna cause a ground bounce and you'll still be able to continue the combo. But the crazy thing is that if you hit your opponent at the very exact time that Katana Rama hits, you'll save the ground bounce of the Katana Rama for the future, allowing you not only to do a ground bounce before Katana Rama, but another one after. Not to mention that because it forces a ground bounce, you'll never have to worry about your combo dropping after the opponent has been picked up from the OTG. Many of OTGs in this game have the tendency of dropping in very long combos because they have hit stun deterioration. Well, Katana Rama doesn't, so even if you're at the end of a very long combo, you can still rely that you're gonna have the exact same amount of time to pick it up after you call it. But again, I still think that Quick Work should be the way to go with Deadpool most of the time, so go for Katana Rama only in case you feel like you really need that OTG pickup, in case your character really relies on it, not only for combos, but for conversions out of trolls or command grabs or anything like that. Otherwise, Quick Work again should be more beneficial. Deadpool is quite versatile and I think he can work on literally any position. I think it depends more on your team to decide where you're gonna put him. But if you really want a best place, I prefer to play him most of the time in the point position because I really like having assists to help me keep my opponent away from me. He's very good at zoning, he's got the shots, the grenades, and if you got assists to keep your opponent away from you, that game can be very solid and powerful. If you want to use him on mid or anchor, you'll be able to take advantage of his great assists as well, which is a very solid option. Plus, he's good for making comebacks. He's a very good character to use X Factor with, so anchor, it's gonna be a great possibility too. Mid can also work, but again, I would probably go either point or anchor with him, but mid again still fine. Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom offers the best set of assists in the entire game. No matter the assist that you pick, you're gonna be well supported, but if I have to say one, I'm gonna go with the green one, Hidden Missiles. In my opinion, this is the best assist in the game because it offers you anything you could wish for and it's very easy and simple to implement in your game plan. No matter if you are aggressive, if you are more of a defense zoning kind of player, or even if you want to implement it in your combos. Any character in the game can find usage for the Hidden Missiles. But I also gotta mention the Plasma being the pink assist because that one is one of the best beam assists in the game. It offers you such a great coverage and is one of the best choices in case you're playing aggressive characters. That can cover your approach very easily and it's also very reliable for combo extensions as well. So this assist might be a better choice in case again you're playing very offensive heavy characters and you need that backup to approach. The blue assist rocks take the last spot for me, but it's still a very solid and powerful assist, especially if you want to stay more on the defense because that assist really nullifies pressure very effectively. If you want to play Doom, I highly recommend the mid position where you can really use everything that Doom can offer, including his assist, his stack infinites that are one of the most reliable in the game, safe DHCs using Photon Ray or even the Sphere Flame, Hard tags in case your point character can do so. Again, Doom has everything you want. It's really one of the best options for your mid position. If you want to use him on anchor, it's fine too. If you don't have any other anchors in your team, you can use Doom. Again, you're going to be also using his support not only for your point but also for your mid character. But the point position is the one I recommend least because again, you're going to be wasting his potential as an assist, as backup. And even though he can be dangerous, backed up by others and playing on points, still I think it would be a waste of his potential. Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange can offer some great backup using either the blue assist or the green one. The blue one, Bolts of Bolt Hack, is great in case you're more aggressive. It covers your approach and it gives you full combos in case you get the hit with either of the beams. I have Agamotto on the other hand is going to be great in case you like to be more on the defense and zoning, because that is going to create pretty much a shield that hits the opponent in case they get close and stays on the screen for a good amount of time, so you're going to have some protection to keep yourself safe while you try to perform your zoning. The mid position is my favorite for Doctor Strange, where you can use his amazing assist to back you up, and he can also do some cool tag combos using the flames of the impact palm loops. If you manage to hit the tag, you can probably go for at least 2 or 3 repetitions of those, adding extra damage and building yourself more meter. Not to mention that Doctor Strange offers the best DHC in the entire game if you get a hit, of course, with the first hyper combo. Spell Efficiente tracks the opponent wherever he is, so no matter who you're playing on point, no matter the hyper combo that you used, you can simply go into Strange and you are 100% sure that Super is gonna hit. If you want to play Strange on points, you can do that too. Just have 2 good assists to back you up to allow you to get some mix-ups with the teleports and allow you to set up your spells, your Eye of Agamottos and stuff like that. Maybe it could work, but again, Doctor Strange is not really a great character to open your opponent's defense up in general. So I would recommend having a point character that will open the opponent's defense up for you, and then you get the hard attacks into Strange or even the attacks so that you can do the damage with him, but letting another character get the hits for you. Anchor position is also possible in case you don't have great anchors in your team and you want to explore his assist for both your point and second character. You can try using him. I'm not a big fan of the comeback potential of Strange, even though it's there, but you can try to make him work. You just gotta really get used to the character. Dormammu. For Dormammu, there is no trick. Go with the pink assist. The blue one requires you to have spells to make it work properly, so you're gonna have to first charge them while you have Dormammu on point, and then getting him into the assist or anchor position so that you can call it to be effective. So not really something that is very reliable. And the green assist is close to useless, so go for the pink assist. It's a very solid one for neutral, can help you out in combos, and out of his choices, this is definitely the best. Whenever I play Dormammu, I love having him second, because there I can not only explore his Dark Hole for my point character, but also get the benefits of DHCing into Stalking Flare, which is good not only for the neutral in case you want to get your first character out, but also great in case you want to continue a combo. You can even continue the combo after Stalking Flare does all its 20 hits, so it's very powerful. You can also DHC into Chaotic Flame, which is one of the highest damage level 1 hyper combos in the game. Plus, it's also a great way for you to punish people with THCs. If you're playing the neutral and you see your opponent calling an assist or doing something unsafe, you can just THC with your point character plus Dormammu on second position, and the damage is gonna be insane. So again, you're really gonna have lots of benefits for having him second. I'm not a big fan of Dormammu on anchor because I don't really believe that X Factor really helps him out too much, especially in the combos department. You're still probably gonna have to use a bar at the end of your combo just like you normally do, so it really doesn't amplify him as greatly as it does other characters on anchors. So if you got a better anchor, you definitely go for that one. And the point position, you could try in case you want to create a team for Dormammu, having 2 assists to back him up. But again, I still feel like the mid is the way to go. Felicia. Her pink assist would be my recommendation for you. It is a low-hitting assist that covers a good amount of distance. You can use it on pressure and try to surprise your opponent with that low, or even set up unblockables with it. You can try to use it for combos as well, just be careful because there is a gap between the first and second hits of the assist, so that can screw you up, but with practice, I sure can find some usages for it. The green and blue assists are going to be better for combos, but again, they're not going to be that useful for neutral, so if you can implement the pink one for your combos as well, you should have a better assist with that one. For Felicia, I would recommend the point position. She's great at creating pressure, and with the right assist to force your opponent to block, she can be a hell of a character. If you want to use her on mid or anchor to explore her assist, that could work as well. She's got a safety HC into the Kitty's helper, plus with X Factor she's gonna become super fast, and her pressure, that is already dangerous by herself, becomes even more scary because of this boost in speed. The boost in damage is also going to be helpful to compensate for her lack of solo damage, so if you want to use her on anchor, I mean, I think it can work, but again, you really gotta get used to playing the character. Firebrand. Firebrand doesn't really offer fantastic assists, but if you gotta choose between the three of them, I would go with the green one. It comes out fast and it can be useful for combos, but it's not really gonna help you out much in neutral. The blue assist is close to useless, so don't even waste your time with that one. And the pink assist, even though it's an OTG, it takes a very long amount of time to come out, which causes Firebrand to be vulnerable and can cost you conversions or even your combos, because again, it takes so long for Firebrand to just spit that fireball out, so the green one is probably the best option for most scenarios. I highly recommend that you play Firebrand on the point position, because there you can explore his maximum potential. With assists to back you up and possibly characters for you to hard tag in, Firebrand can literally one-touch KO the entire team if you're able to explore his unblockable. The idea is to have an assist to force the opponent to block long enough for Firebrand to charge his unblockable, get the hit, and with that hit possibly hard tag into another character for dealing the damage. Even if you can't get the KO with the combo, you can just snap the opponent out and repeat the unblockable mix-up, where the opponent will be blocking that assist and then getting hit by the unblockable Firebrand, or if the opponent lets himself get hit by the assist, Firebrand will still be able to pick up after and continue the combo anyway. However, again, that is only gonna work if you got the assist to cover for Firebrand to charge the unblockable. If you play him on mid or anchor, you're already gonna have to give up one backup character, which pretty much screws up this set play. Plus, again, Firebrand doesn't really offer great backup in general, so there is no reason why we wanna use him on mid or anchor. The speed boost would make him a very dangerous anchor character, because again, it's going to be so hard blocking a character that is so fast, but still doesn't really compensate. If you want to play Firebrand, play this character on point. Frank West. In general, with Frank, you're going to use the pink assist. It's great for neutral, comes out fast, moves Frank forward, allowing you to cover some good distance. Plus, it can work in some combos depending on the characters that you play. The blue assist gives you meter, but leaves Frank vulnerable for too long, so it doesn't really compensate most of the time. And the green assist would only be useful for some combos in some situations, so the pink assist is gonna offer you more. For Frank West, I recommend the mid position. He's a reasonable point character, but I honestly feel like there are many other characters that you can play on point to help him level up. Many characters can get the hit and hard tag into Frank so that you can get either the THC or straight the pictures, allowing you to get to level 4 or even 5 without having to risk playing Frank West level 1 that has very limited resources. I don't like the anchor position for him, because in case you lose your point and your mid characters and you haven't been able to get the level ups, you're gonna be stuck with Frank with no backup, all by himself, just level 1, and that is a terrible situation to be in. Not to mention that you're not gonna have assists or THC options to make him level up easier, so you're gonna have to do all by himself just with X Factor, making it a lot harder. If you still want to play him on point, that could work too. But I still feel like having a point character that can easily open up your opponent's defense up to get the hits and then allow Frank West to get the level up would be more effective, so using Frank on mid. Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider has a great set of assists, but in my opinion the pink one takes the cake. It comes out fast, has a good amount of range, and it can be very useful for combos. Even if you already use your wall bounce, you can still implement it in your combos anyway. If you need an OTG assist for your team, you can either go for the green or the blue assist as well, but I feel like the green is a little bit better because it comes out faster. It also creates kind of a fire barrier, which is gonna be more useful to call up in neutral than Hellfire, but the pink one is still gonna be better for neutral in general, so I think that's the best one. For Ghost Rider, the best position would be the points, because he really needs some backup to be effective. He's a very limited character. He doesn't really have many good resources other than his range, so having two characters to help him do the damage and to help him play the neutral are gonna be a must for him. If you want to take advantage of his great assist, use him on mid, but please don't go for the anchor. He's a terrible character in general, and having him all by himself with no backup is pretty much loser. So anchor position would definitely be the worst. The pipe, I mean Haggar. For Haggar, there is no secret. The pink assist Lariat is the way to go. It's fully invincible on its startup, allowing you to beat pretty much anything as soon as it enters the screen. It allows you to get great combo extensions because it keeps the opponent being hit until it touches the floor. You can use it for defensive purposes, again, because everybody has to respect it, at least on the startup. So there's nothing that the blue or the green assist can offer you that Lariat already doesn't, plus again it also offers you more, so there is literally no reason for you to go for any of the other options. Definitely my favorite position for Haggar is the point position, where you can have two characters to back you up, allowing you to get combo extensions. Haggar is one of those characters that does a lot more damage if you got assist to back you up. Not only because of the assists themselves, but also because of the THC that he uses all the time. Plus, he also needs those assists to approach and to get in. He doesn't really have lots of resources on his own, he's kinda slow, he has nothing to do from far away, so he really needs assists to keep the opponent back down, to allow him to get in and go for his pressure. If you want to have his assist at your disposal, I would recommend the mid position because this way you can still use it, but if you lose your point character, you're still going to have a third one to back up Haggar and to be your anchor. I don't like the anchor position for him because this way he's not going to have any backup to allow him to go in and get his game going, not to mention you're not going to have anybody to get extensions in case you get some hits, like for example his command grabs or his throws in general. Without the backup to do the damage or to allow him to go in, it's just a matter of your opponent playing the match correctly, and Haggar shouldn't stand a chance. Hawkeye. The pink assist is gonna be your go-to option here. Comes out very fast, gives you some good coverage in case you want to be aggressive, and depending on the character and how far you are in the combo, you can use it for some extensions. I don't recommend the green assist, so I wouldn't really waste my time on that one, but the blue one could be a good option. It offers some great air coverage, so it can be very good for anti-airing people, but the triple arrow is usually gonna be a better option. Hawkeye is quite versatile, so you can use him anywhere you want, but my personal favorite is the Anchor. Hawkeye with the boost of X Factor is so dangerous because he melts the life away even if your opponent is blocking the projectiles. The chip damage becomes extremely high and you can kind of force them to keep blocking if you know how to do the right set of arrows. The combos are of course gonna get a lot better and do the damage that Hawkeye lacks when he doesn't have the X Factor, and you'll also be able to use his backup for your other two characters, so that is gonna be great. But again, point Hawkeye is still gonna be great as well if you want to have assists to back you up and make your zoning more effective, or the mid position as well, in case you got another plan for your point and anchor. Hawkeye can just be the man for any position. Hsien-Ko. If you play Hsien-Ko, you play the pink assist Senpubu. There's no discussion. Senpubu assist is one of the only things that Hsien-Ko has going on for her, so if you don't use this, you're pretty much throwing away her entire potential. The blue assist is literally useless because you simply cannot control the projectile that's coming out, and the green assist, even though it's a solid shield, is not gonna offer you nearly as much as Senpubu will. This assist is extremely powerful because it covers a good amount of distance, it has some great hitbox, it has some great hit stun in case you use it for combos or in case you get a hit while you're playing the neutral. It forces the opponent to block for a good amount of time, and if you're able to get the golden armor with Hsien-Ko, you'll be able to make it 100% invincible without having any possibility of breaking that assist unless the opponent can take out the entire health of Hsien-Ko while she's performing the move. That's exactly why my favorite position for Hsien-Ko is the point position, where I'm gonna start the match, already go and get the golden armor, and then hard tag out to get the benefit of the invincibility while doing Senpubu. This way I also get two characters to back me up so that I can find the space to get the golden armor and to set up the shields or whatever is needed for me to hard tag in safely. You can also use her on mid position and then find a way to play the point character, maybe get a combo and then DHC into Hsien-Ko's armor so that you don't have to risk putting the armor during the neutral. But again, it's really up to you to what you feel more comfortable. Mid position could work as well, but the only thing that I really don't recommend is going for the anchor position. Playing Hsien-Ko all by herself is pretty much a guaranteed defeat. She's got terrible movement, she can't really move forward, she's got no dash, she's got like a small teleport, but that takes an eternity to move you forward. So the opponent can just lane you out and zone you out, and there's absolutely nothing you can do. Especially because when you're in anchor, you only have one character left. It's very likely that your opponent has more health than you, so they can just waste the time and there's nothing you can do. She's just too slow, you're not gonna get there, you're gonna have to run after your opponent, you're gonna have to get risky, and when you do, you're gonna get punished and you're gonna lose. So whatever you do, don't play Hsien-Ko Anchor and try to not stay with her on the last position, whatever the cost. Hulk. With Hulk, usually the pink assist is the best option. It offers a solid OTG, so it's gonna be good for your other characters to convert combos, to convert out of other situations like trolls, air grabs, stuff like that. Plus, it also gives you the Gamma Tsunami THC, which is great for Hulk because this way you can continue the combo after you're done with the Gamma Tsunami if your partner has a good hyper combo to keep the opponent long enough for you to continue. If you have absolutely no use for the Gamma Wave assist or even the Gamma Tsunami THC, you can try out either the blue or the green one. Both of them can be somewhat useful for neutral. But you gotta remember that the green one is only useful if you can convert from super jump heights, otherwise it's gonna be close to useless. And the blue one, even though has a hit of armor just like the actual attack, it doesn't seem as consistent as the actual Hulk move, and it's not gonna hold the opponent for that long in the combo, so you're gonna have to get ready to get some fast conversions, or just try to challenge your opponents with it in neutral. Can be effective if again Gamma Wave doesn't offer anything. And remember that the THCs are also going to be all different. With the blue one, you're going to get the Gamma Crush, while the green one is going to give you the Gamma Quake. Hulk is definitely a great option for point position. He's very good. He can do some insane amount of damage if you got the assist to back you up and convert, especially on mid-screen situations where he has some trouble converting by himself. Maybe converting out of his command grab. If you got assist to help you with that too, it's going to be another resource you can explore. Plus also allowing him to go in safely to use his gamma charges to allow him to safely jump and move forward will be great to explore everything that Hulk has to offer. Playing without assist is going to be extremely hard with Hulk, so if you don't want to play him on point, play him on mid, because this way you're at least going to have another character for backup. But whatever you do, don't play Hulk Anchor. Iron Fist. The blue assist is the one for Iron Fist. It comes out so fast and it has some good amount of range, covering some great distance, and in case it hits the opponent, you're gonna have a great amount of time to convert into a full combo, making it great not only for combo extensions but also to call it in neutral while you're doing a teleport, while you're trying to pressure. If this hits, you're definitely gonna get your combo. The pink assist is close to useless, and the green one, even though it's an OTG, it uses your ground bounce, it comes out a little slower than most, plus again it simply can't offer you nearly as much as the blue one, so if you play Iron Fist, you're going with the blue most of the time. My favorite position for him is the point, where you can explore the assist to help you get in, to help you get that pressure, since Iron Fist can't really get the opponents in the air. He's a very ground-based character. It's very good that you have assist to force your opponent to stay down, force your opponent to block on the ground, so that you can go in and try to get your highs, your lows, your throws, so that you can do the combos. Once you get a hit with Iron Fist, you can do a ton of damage, so you really need those assists to help your opponent stay down. Want to play him on mid position to make usage of his assists, that would be fine too. I just don't really like the anchor position for him, because even though again with the boost of X Factor he's gonna be more scary because he's faster, I don't really believe he's gonna be that good in catching people, because again he can't really catch people in the air, he can't really get good conversions in there. So as long as your opponent is jumping or super jumping, your only option with him is gonna be to try and get air grabs. So it's gonna be a little predictable and shouldn't really be that effective. Iron Man. Iron Man has some great assist options, but the best one in my opinion is the pink one, Unibeam. Unibeam offers some great coverage in case you want to approach your opponents. It can be very useful for your combo extensions. You can implement it in your zone in case you want to. It has some great priority and it's definitely going to be a great support. The green assist Repulsor Blast can also be a good choice in case you want to have more anti-air kind of assist. Plus, depending on the characters that you play, you can have some good combo extensions with that one as well. The blue assist Smart Bomb is an OTG assist, so could be useful for the combos, but again, you already got the Repulsor Blast and the Unibeam that are fantastic not only for your combos but for your neutral, while Smart Bomb is not going to offer anything for neutral, so stick with either Unibeam or Repulsor Blast, but again, Unibeam should be more versatile. Iron Man is hands down one of the best support characters in the game, making the mid position the perfect spot for him. not only will you have his amazing assist for your point character, but you're also gonna be able to go for the easiest and most reliable tech infinite in the entire game, in my personal opinion. With a little bit of practice, you're gonna get this almost every time in the corner, and you can also pull those off mid-screen too. THC into Proton Cannon should do massive damage, and the THC, of course, if you can implement it as well, will melt your opponent's life away. If you want to make a team for Iron Man and play him on point, that could work as well, but I think it would be a waste of his potential as a support character, which in my opinion is his best trait. Anchor position is the only one I wouldn't recommend for this character, because I don't really feel like he can handle everything by himself. He has trouble dealing with characters, especially the ones that are more aggressive. He doesn't really have good ways to deal with pressure in general, so having him as your final character to have to deal with entire teams can be a very big struggle. Jill. The most versatile assist of Jill, I would say, is the green one. It covers a good amount of distance, and in case she hits the opponent, you get yourself a wall bounce, giving you some good amount of time to convert a full combo. You can also implement it into your combo extensions, even if you already use your wall bounce, which is great. The assist is not that crazy, but if you compare to the pink assist, that is only going to be useful for combo extensions if your character hasn't already used the ground bounce, or even the blue assist that offers you close to nothing other than a very powerful crossover counter. You'll see that this is the best option that Jill has to offer. My favorite position for her is the point, because again, she doesn't really offer that much of a backup anyway, so having her on mid or anchor is not really going to be that helpful. Plus, on point position, she can really shine with her reset potential. She's got some intense movement with her feral stance. If you got assist to back you up, you can literally go in and out. You can try to get side switches and stuff like that, while the assist backs you up, allowing you to get the resets to do the damage that she really lacks on her combos. Playing her on point will also allow you to explore hard tag possibilities to get other characters to do the damage that she can't do her own. Since she's great at getting the hit anyway, let her get the hit and then bring in someone else to do the damage. If you want to play her on the anchor position, that could be a very good choice as well. X Factor will compensate for her lack of damage and is gonna boost her speed that is already great by herself. You'll be able to extend combos for even longer and do enough damage to get the KO on even the higher HP characters. Having access to her amazing normals and specials that have some great priority, making her extremely fast, plus having the damage to KO characters, you get yourself a really good comeback character. Magneto. With Magneto, I first recommend that you take a look on the pink assist and see if it can offer you some cool benefits. This assist provides a fast coverage, so if you play characters with fast movement options such as teleports or dashing movements like Zero or Jill, or even other resources that can get you close to your opponent in no time, then this assist can be very helpful. Some of these characters can also implement it in their combo extensions and conversions, which is great, but remember, this assist does not offer you a lot of time to convert in case it hits. So for characters that have options that require a little bit more hit stun, this assist is not going to be helpful. In case you feel like you can't really use the Disruptor, you have the possibility of the Hyper Grab. It's not going to be that useful for neutral, but it is a great way to extend your combos and also to get some mix-ups in the corner. Another important factor is that the THC is going to be different. If you go for the pink assist, you're going to have Magnetic Shockwave, while the green assist will provide you Magnetic Tempest. Depending on your team and characters as well, you might want one over the other, so be sure to check that out as well. Magneto is quite versatile, but my favorite position for him is the point. If you want to play him on anchor, you can. He doesn't really need anybody else to work. He can do everything by himself, plus the X Factor boost will be very welcome. But it's not like he needs the X Factor to get KOs or even to be fast. He's already extremely fast by himself, and he can solo any character in the game as long as you got a little bit of bar, and even the basic combos that he does already do a chunk of damage, so you could actually save the X Factor for another character that relies on it more or that is more efficient with X Factor and use him again on point because he already got everything. You don't even need X Factor for him. You can also use him on mid position. Again, he's got some reliable assists, but there are so many other characters that are great in that position that can benefit your team more by being in the mid position. That using Magneto there, I mean, it really depends on who your point character is. If Magneto really favors your point character, then okay, mid for Mag is gonna be great too. But if you want to play a team for Magneto, I would recommend playing him on point and then having better characters with better assists for the mid position and a very powerful anchor at the end, and you're probably gonna have one of the best teams in the game. If you'd like to request a team for me to play on a video, be sure to check out my Patreon. The link is on the description, and through Patreon, not only do you get to request teams for videos, but you also support my work big time. Modok. The blue assist is a very solid option. This assist is going to be great for your neutral, being very helpful in case you want to get in and you want some backup. If you want to zone your opponent out, can be great too, especially because it pushes the opponent far away, and you can also implement it in your combos. If you feel like Psionic Blaster doesn't really offer you much and you want to try something different, go for the pink assist. It provides you a shield that cannot be broken unless your opponent uses a hyper combo or uses a type of grab move. It stays on the screen for a good amount of time and can be very good to force your opponent to be more respectful or even to get some defense in case you're zoning. Modok is a versatile character, but I believe the most dangerous position for you to use him is on point. If you got 2 Wright assists to back him up, any hit that you get with Modok should turn into a jamming bomb setup. If you reverse your enemy's inputs using jamming bomb and you explore Modok's insane pressure mix-up possibilities using highs, lows, and throws to get conversions, you can pretty much count a jamming bomb setup as a dead character. But in order for you to get the jamming bomb setups in a consistent way and to explore this broken resource that Modok has, you really needed to have great backup assists to help you convert the combos into the setups. That's why I prefer the point position for him. But Modok is a very complete character and has all the resources you can think of. He's got some great mobility, amazing zoning tools, great pressure tools, combo damage, so in case you want to play him on the mid position, that can work great as well. He can provide some great backup for your point and still be there backed up by our third character to try and get his game going and have a solid comeback character. Or if you want to play him on anchor, again, you got all the resources to try and make your comebacks. I just feel like the X Factor doesn't really amplify and boost Modok as much as other characters. Your combos are still gonna be around the same as when you're without X Factor. So in general, I think anchor position would be the worst for him. You're gonna be probably better off in the mid or point. But again, very powerful character, put him anywhere you want. Morrigan. With Morrigan, the blue assist is by far the easy choice here. This assist will grant you a good amount of meter, and because Morrigan comes and leaves fast, it makes it very hard for her to get punished. And since meter is something that every character uses, this assist is just a general great option for literally any character in the game. Now, if you play characters that don't rely a lot on meter and you feel like you wanted to try something different, I would recommend the pink assist Shadow Blade. This is a DP assist that comes out really quick and has some good priority, so you can use it to try and anti-air people and also implement in your combos. Even at the very end of combos, you can still use it. Depending on the characters that you play, you can find ways to implement it for extensions. But another cool thing that you can do is crossover counter, because this way you can get out of situations since the move comes out pretty quick. There's a high chance you can escape, plus if you hit your opponent with it, you can actually convert into a full combo, which is crazy. Don't even waste your time with the green one, it's terrible, it's very hard to convert out of it properly, you can't really use it in combos in most cases, so if you want to go for something different, go for the pink. Again, it's going to offer you more, but in general, if you play Morrigan, blue is the way to go. Get your meter, doesn't require much effort, very hard to get punished, and everybody can use it. On point, you can perform her insane game plan of the Sophist Pan and still have characters to back you up to make that even more effective by having assists that can force your opponent to stay grounded so that they have to block the Sophist so they can't really escape and be in a position where you can't hit them with your zoning. Or even have assists that help you keep your opponent blocking in lockdown so that you can try her insane pressure, because Morrigan can be a very powerful zoner, but at the same time she can rush down at any point, which is crazy. You can really explore both possibilities and have assists for both possibilities here. Mid position is gonna be great too, because not only can you use her assist for your first character, but also explore her attack infinite, which is one of the easiest to pull off if you're in the corner, no matter if you're going side up or down. All three variations are extremely easy and reliable to do. So you're going to be able to do that. Plus you get the safety HC into Sister, so you can get your character out of there and at the same time already start her game plan, which is very effective. If you want to use her for the anchor, you can do that as well. She is very effective by herself as well. She doesn't really need anybody else, but I feel like having a backup assist to help your opponent stay down is going to be more beneficial than to actually use the X Factor for her, because again, she doesn't really need the X Factor to be dangerous, to get her game plan going, while other characters really need that and will be a lot more effective with it. So if she is so effective on point or even on mid, have another anchor for her that really relies or that benefits a lot from X Factor and that can at the same time provide a good assist to help her out. Nemesis. For Nemesis, I would recommend the pink assist, Clothesline Rocket. This assist grants you 2 hits, first one a punch that causes a wall bounce and then a rocket launcher. This assist can be very effective for combos, and you can try to use it in your neutral as well, since Nemesis covers an interesting distance plus has some good hitbox considering how big he is. If you don't want the wall bounce because you want to save it for your character, you can use the blue assist. You're only going to have the rocket launcher part, but remember that this assist, even though can be very good for combos, is not going to be that great for neutral, because the rocket launch can easily be avoided by just ducking under some characters even while standing. Don't get hit by it, so for the neutral it's not really going to be that effective. The pink one is still going to be better for that, since the punch part of the assist will actually cover a lot more area and it's gonna make it easier for you to actually rely on it in neutral. The green assist could be useful for combos for characters that don't really use the ground bounce, but even for those characters you could still use the blue or the pink assist for combo extensions. Even for those who use the wall bounce, you can still find ways to implement the clothesline rocket anyway. So why would you go for the green when you already got good assists for combos, but that is gonna help you more in neutral? Go with the pink assist, it's probably gonna be the best choice, but again, if you really don't want the wall bounce part of that assist, consider the blue one. Since Nemesis is a very limited character in general, I would recommend playing him on points, since this way you can have 2 assists to help him out in the neutral, which is necessary for him to approach a little easier, plus to get some conversions, because Nemesis sometimes struggles. If you get a hit and you already launched your opponent, sometimes all you can do is put them back down into super, so maybe having a non-TG assist to help him get some extensions is probably gonna be very good for him. You can probably try him on mid as well, in case you have good usages for his assists for your point character. Plus, you can also try to explore his THC, which is very good. Causes a non-TG on the beginning, and it lasts quite long until Nemesis actually stomps on the opponent. So it can allow you maybe to get the full hyper combo of your first character and then even continue the combo after. But please don't use him on the anchor position. Again, he's very limited. He needs those assists not only to go in, but for those conversions. His routes don't change in X Factor. He cannot do new combo routes. He still uses the same ones as when he's without it, so you're still not going to be able to get KOs on every character depending on the way that you hit them. And again, it's going to be hard for you to approach, it's going to be hard for you to open your opponent's defense up in a safe way if you don't have any other character to back you up and provide some good backup assist. Nova. Nova has 2 interesting assist options, which are the pink one, Gravimetric Pulse, and the green one, Centurion Rush. The Centurion Rush causes a forced ground bounce, so it can be great for combos, because no matter if your character already used your ground bounce before, you'll be able to use the assist again, which is crazy. It is also an overhead assist, making it perfect for situations such as unblockables. So if you have characters that can force your opponent into a lockdown situation, you can use Centurion Rush to hit overhead while you hit your opponent with the low. But again, this assist is not going to be that useful for the neutral, so unless you got characters that can implement this assist with their combos or get setups using the overhead part to try and get unblockables, I recommend you go for the pink assist. Gravimetric Pulse is going to be great for your neutral, not only if you play a zoner or characters that keep far away, because again, it's basically a shield that is going to protect you and make it harder for your opponent to approach or even to hit you with projectiles, but it can also hit the opponent and be useful not only in the combos, but for conversions in neutral. In case your opponent tries to approach you, he can get hit by the shield and then you can take that chance and get yourself a full combo. If your other characters can also use it for combos, even better, because then you're going to have an amazing assist for your neutral and to get extensions as well. Don't forget to take a look on Nova's life though and not let him get punished when you're calling him as an assist if you use the Gravimetric Pulse, because he uses all the red life available for the assists, so you can end up losing a lot of life if you're not careful enough. You can use Nova anywhere you want, but I would recommend you play him on point position. With 2 assists to back you up, you can explore everything that Nova has to offer in terms of approaching, plus depending on your assists as well, you can try having some enhanced damage by not only having hard attack possibilities, but also by having double supers and stuff like that, making him very scary. If your point character can make good usage of his assists, playing him on mid can be fantastic too, because again he's going to offer one of the most reliable attack infinites as well. He's got a safety DC into Superman Punch, plus you can also DC into Supernova for some massive damage in case you get a combo. If you want to play Nova Anchor, you can make it work, but in my opinion this is the worst position. I think you can do better with him on point or mid and have a better anchor to support him. And at the same time, he doesn't really get that many possibilities of new combo routes and stuff like that. So even if you get a hit, you're probably still going to have to spend the bar for the finisher anyway. So he's not really that effective with X Factor as other characters are. Phoenix. For Phoenix, I would say the best assist is the green, but you can also make usage of the pink one. You just gotta be careful though. Pink assist is the fireball shot, which can be useful for neutral and for combo extensions depending on the characters that you play. But remember that calling her in neutral is very risky because she's got no health. Because of that, I actually like the green assist better because I only use it for combos because I don't risk calling her assist in neutral. And the green assist provides a little more hit stun than the pink. So again, the green one is my favorite choice, but if you want to go for the pink, just be careful. If you want to call it neutral, call it in situations where you're sure she's not going to get hit, because if she gets hit as an assist, she is definitely going down. The green assist, I totally don't recommend using in neutral. Even though she's got some good priority, she throws herself at the opponent, making it much easier for her to get punished, so avoid it at all costs. The best and only position I recommend you play Phoenix is definitely the anchor. Because her health is so low, you really rely on X Factor to protect her from cheap damage, and at the same time, it's gonna boost her damage and speed, making her scarier and allow you to get KOs faster. And since X Factor runs out and you're gonna eventually not be able to count on it, it's better that you have the X Factor for the longest amount of time as possible, and of course being able to take the characters as fast as you can, so X Factor level 3 is really the best resource for her. Not to mention that the full potential of Phoenix is only unlocked when she turns Dark Phoenix, which requires 5 meters for her to do so, and if you play her on Anchor, you got 2 characters to try and get the bar for you before you even get to Phoenix. Playing her on point or mid would be a terrible option because again, she doesn't need backup from other characters. What she needs is to get Dark Phoenix, which is going to be easier if you play her on Anchor, and the X Factor for her own protection, which again is more effective when she is all by herself. Plus, she can do a lot of damage by herself. She's got great ways to open your opponent's defense up, to mix up people, to move around. She doesn't need anybody else. All she needs is X Factor and Dark Phoenix. So, Anchor position is the only viable option here. Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright doesn't really provide good backup in general, but if I would have to say an assist, I would use the blue one. This assist is an OTG and hits low, so you can use it for combo extensions, and you can try to use it in unblockable situations, but for that it's gonna be very hard because the assist comes out super slow. The green and pink assists are even worse because they are not really good for neutral and they are close to useless for combos, so again, the blue assist can at least be used for combos and maybe for unblockables if you find ways to keep your opponent locked down. If you play Phoenix Wright, your goal is to get turnabout mode because without it, he is pretty much useless. And the best position, in my opinion, for you to do that effectively is playing him on mid. The game plan will be having a good point character and a good anchor as well that can provide backup for your point because Phoenix Wright's backup is terrible. And then with your point character, you're going to try building the second bar and getting the KO on your opponent, DHCing into Maya. Because when you do that and you finish your opponent with Maya, or when you finish your opponent and DHC into Maya, you're going to get a lot of time to search for evidence. It's very likely that you'll be able to get all the 3 evidences before the opponent is even able to get to the stream. This way, you can get all you needed to get to turnabout mode without actually having to struggle playing Phoenix Wright. If you want to play him on point, you can do that as well, but remember that your other 2 characters are going to have to provide some amazing assists to allow you to get the space that you need to search for the evidences so that you can get a chance to go into turnabout. If you play Phoenix Wright, you're always gonna need it to create a team for him. The team is always gonna be serving Phoenix Wright, because again, if you don't do that, he is just gonna be useless and it's not gonna be worth putting him in your team. And that's exactly why the worst position is the anchor. You should never play him on anchor because he's not gonna have any backup there, and without the backup you simply won't be able to get into turnabout where the character actually becomes good. You're just gonna get stuck in either trial or investigation mode, and if that happens, you can consider the match already lost 99% of the time. Not to mention that once you get turnabout, the only mode that is actually worth playing Phoenix Wright, your damage is going to be so high that you can literally solo any character in the game easily out of any of his basic confirms, so X Factor would be useless. The damage boost of X Factor is not necessary. Another reason why you really don't want to have him on anchor. Rocket Raccoon. The blue assist of Rocket is definitely one of the best in the game. Lock Trap offers you such a great hitbox, and it's so unpredictable. You never know if you're gonna get hit by it because it hits the opponent while it's coming down and once it goes back up as well, and the height for it is just insane. If it hits the opponent, it's gonna cause a wall bounce, granting you an easy way to pick up your opponents to get a full combo after, or again also can be very useful for your combos. The pink assist is also good, provides some good backup for the neutral, and can also be used for combos depending on the characters that you play. But the blue assist has such a big hitbox and covers so much space that makes it a lot more dangerous, and most of the time again you're gonna go for the blue. The green one is close to useless, and having the pink or the blue at your disposal, man, don't even waste your time with the green. For Rocket Raccoon, I would recommend you play him on the mid position, or the anchor if you want. Have him in a position where you can actually explore his assist, but the mid one for me would be the better one, because even though he's got some great comeback potential if you master the character, I don't think it's that easy to do those. You could have better anchors and use him on mid. You're gonna be able to explore the lock trap for your first character, and also have the safe DHC into Trap Super that can be very good if you want to DHC out safely. It's going to stay there on screen annoying your opponents, or in case you get a hit in the DHC to continue the combo, you can actually have some hard tag possibilities to extend it even more, which is quite cool. Point position I wouldn't recommend because I think it would be a waste of his potential as an assist, so you can try to make him work if you got to assist there to help you, but even with assists his damage is still going to be very low, and the backup can try to help him get hits, but really I think you should try to explore his assist. Ryu. For Ryu, I would recommend the green assist. It offers some reasonable backup, it keeps the opponent on the hit stun for quite a while, so you can use it not only to convert it neutral but also for your combos. Tatsumaki Senpu Kyaku, the blue assist, is good for the neutral, but again it doesn't really keep your opponent in there for that long, so for combos it's not going to be nearly as effective as the Tatsu of Akuma, for example. So the Hadouken is still going to take that cake because again you're going to be able to extend the combos whenever you want with it. I don't really recommend the pink assist, the Shoryuken, because again it's not going to provide you some good coverage, it's not going to be that reliable for you to use in combos, and converting out of it is not going to be easy too. All you can try to do is maybe get people off your face, but it doesn't have the best hitbox and it keeps Ryu vulnerable for a very long time, so really, if you want to play Ryu, go for the blue or the green one, but again, I still feel like the green is a little better. Best position for Ryu would be the point, in my opinion, considering that, again, he's a limited character and the backup is gonna be very welcome here. Assists to help him approach and keep the opponent down are gonna be very good for him. He doesn't really have the best air coverage, so keeping the opponent down will be good for him to get the hits, the combos, using the high lows, and maybe some assists to help him get conversions out of his air grabs, and at the same time get some combo extensions such as OTG assists will really help make him scarier. I don't really recommend the anchor or mid positions for here, because again in the anchor you're not going to have any assists to help you, and even though X Factor is going to help out with the damage and the speed, it's still going to be hard for him to do everything by himself. So anchor is probably the worst, and the mid position can work if your point character likes the Ryu assist, but in most cases, again, it's not the best backup, so having him on point, you're gonna have 2 assists to help you and try to explore Ryu's maximum potential. Sentinel neutralized. The best assist for Sentinel is definitely the pink one. It's one of the best assists in the game because it offers you some insane coverage, it can offer combo extension possibilities, it is one of the best assists for you to use in mix-ups and pressure, it keeps the opponent blocking for a very good amount of time, it can keep the opponent in lockdown for some good amount of time, it can be unpredictable because the drones can either hit the tree all at once in combo, or a few of the drones can hit first and then the others hitting later, allowing you to get side switch mix-ups while the drones are still coming, making it super unpredictable and reliable in case you want a good assist for your coverage. The green assist is close to useless, so don't even waste your time with that one, and the blue assist, even though it's an OTG that can be used for combos or some extensions and conversions, the pink assist offers you so much more that makes the blue assist not even worthy 99% of the time. My favorite position for Sentinel is the anchor, where you can have his amazing assist for your first and second character. Anybody in the game can make usage of the drones, at least in neutral. That assist is fantastic, so it's very unlikely you will have a character that is not going to benefit from it. Plus, again, he is a great comeback character. With X Factor, he becomes even more dangerous. He gets faster and the damage gets enhanced, so any hit that you get is probably going to be a KO'd character and the comeback potential is real. If you want to play Sentinel on mid, that's fine too, if you got a better character for the anchor position. But don't play him on point, this way you're just gonna throw out all his potential as a support character, and I mean, he's got one of the best assists in the game and you're not even gonna use it. I just feel like that would be a waste, and again, on anchor, you're gonna be able to use it for 2 characters, but on mid, you're still gonna be able to use it for 1, and still take advantage of his attack infinite that is quite reliable, plus again, some DHC options into drones and stuff like that, so mid's fine, points, really, I don't recommend. She-Hulk. For She-Hulk, I would recommend the pink assist. It's an OTG that also hits low, so you can use it for combos, it's gonna be great. You can try to use it for unblockables and setups, and out of her options, this is definitely the best. Don't waste your time with the blue one, it's terrible, it doesn't serve for any purpose other than maybe anti-airing people, so it's not really that good. And the green assist, it has a hit of armor, and it could be useful for some combos, maybe, but again, even though it's got a hit of armor, She-Hulk puts herself in danger. It takes too long for the hit to actually come out, so the chance is that she's gonna get punished anyway and gets hit multiple times before she even has the chance of coming to the screen, so that's not a good assist as well. Out of all the options, stick with the pink one. If you play She-Hulk, you gotta play her on point. She definitely needs assist to help her approach, to help her convert her combos and hits, because she can't really convert everything by herself easily. She doesn't really do a lot of damage by herself, so you're gonna be relying on hard tags for damage. She's very good at setting up hard tag possibilities with her command grabs, but again, you need the characters, not only for the backup to help her get in and get hit, but also for dealing the damage. Mid and anchor, I don't recommend it, don't do that. You really needed 2 assists to try and make her a little dangerous, because otherwise she's not gonna offer any threat at all. Plus, again, she doesn't provide good backup. The only thing she's got is the pink assist. The DHCs into She-Hulk are bad. She doesn't got good ways to safely DHC into the scream. Even if you manage to hit your opponent in DHC into She-Hulk, she does not do a lot of damage with her super, and it's very hard to hit it, so basically that character is not going to provide backup, and she needs a lot of it, so play her on point if you play She-Hulk. Shuma-Gorath. Shuma's pink assist is one of the best in the game. Mystic Ray covers the entire screen pretty much from ground up, and it is very good for your neutral. You're gonna catch the opponent no matter where he is, and that can be very annoying for your opponent's movement, so it provides a great backup for you to try and approach, because no matter where your opponent tries to go, he cannot escape Shuma unless he finds a way to get into his back. Otherwise, Mystic Ray is gonna catch him, and in case it catches, you can try to convert into a full combo, or if your opponent blocks it, again, you can start your pressure. Some characters can also use it for combo extensions, making it even better. Now, if you play characters that are not really good at converting from super jump or jump heights, or that can't really use the Mystic Ray for their combos, and they really need good assist for combo extensions, you could try the Mystic Smash, the blue assist. Mystic Smash keeps the opponent there for a good amount of time, and it also provides you the Mystic Smash THC instead of the Mystic Ray as the pink assist. Depending on the character, that THC and that assist could be more beneficial, but again, it's only gonna be useful for combos, it's gonna be useless for your neutral. If you want the overall best choice, the pink one is gonna take the spot. Don't even think about the green one, it's not useful for anything. For Shuma-Gorath, I would recommend the anchor position or the point position. The anchor might be my favorite because this way you can make usage of his Mystic Ray assist, which is great. And he has some potential for comebacks. He's just a weird character and you really gotta get used to him. But if you master the character, you can really try to do it, especially because X Factor amplifies his damage and he can combo for so much longer, so you're definitely gonna be able to get those KOs. Now, I like the point position for him because with assists, his pressure can be even more insane and he's got some good amount of damage by himself. So you're gonna be able to be very dangerous, also because he's got some hard tag possibilities using his Mystic Stare, putting the opponent into hard knockdown. This way you can actually hard tag into other characters for enhanced damage, for setups in case you want to, let's say, level up Frank or something like that, or even to get yourself more bars. So he is a great point character, but I like the anchor more because this way again you're going to be able to take advantage of his assist. If you play him on point, it's very unlikely you'll be able to do that. The mid position is the worst in my opinion because even though you still have the Mystic Ray assist for your point character and good THC options, independently if you use the Mystic Smash or Mystic Ray, he is not going to have good tag options. He doesn't really have a good tag damage or tag infinites, plus DHCing into Shuma is usually unsafe because the Mystic Ray or Mystic Smash require a lot of time for Shuma to recover, which can actually make him get punished for using that, you know. So I really think you should go on point or anchor. Both options are fine. I think it depends on the rest of your team. If you got a good point, play him anchor. If you got a good anchor, play him point. Spencer. The green assist of Spencer is by far his best and the only assist in the game that restands the opponent, which allows you not only to continue combos, but also to get mix-ups, pressure, setups, and even crumple stunning the opponent, which allows hard tag possibilities. The pink assist is completely useless because it pulls the opponent back to the ground instead of restanding, so whatever you would do with the pink one, you can do better with the green, but you have more possibilities, a lot more possibilities with the green, so don't waste your time with the pink for literally any situation. I can't think of one situation where that would actually be better. And the blue assist could be useful for combos, it causes a wall bounce, but then again, if you got the green assist, why would you go for the blue when you can save your wall bounce by bringing your opponent in and also getting all the other benefits that is not just combos, getting possibilities of setups, of crumple stuns, of mix-ups, of pressure, and even catching the opponent from far away with the grapple, instead of just relying on the armor piercer that is only if the opponent is close to Spencer. I mean, it's not a good trade. Stay with the green one if you play Spencer for pretty much any situation. My favorite position for Spencer is the point, where you can have assists to help him get the hits and also to extend his combos that deal a ton of damage. His up grapple does unscaled 80k every time you use it, and if you got assists to help you get more of those, the damage you can do is crazy. You can surpass 1 million of damage without even spending a bar with the right backup. Not to mention that with assist to cover for you, you'll be able to explore his zips in and out, and the opponent is gonna have to respect it because there's assist there, forcing them to block. In case they don't respect it, they'll get hit by the assist, and Spencer will be there to get his hits. He's got amazing normals for conversion, and believe me, you're gonna have to respect him a lot more if you got some good backup assists to cover for you. If you want to play him on mid or anchor and have him doing a different function, like trying to explore his assist, to maybe have a team where you can do hard tags using crumple stun, which a lot of people do and it's quite fun and effective, you can. He can handle himself quite well, so if you're all alone with X Factor, he can still try to bring those back, he can still try to make comebacks. Of course, he's not going to have the assists to make himself safe, but you can still find ways to make it in. He's extremely fast, and again, lots of priority in his normals and his zips too, so you can try to fight on your own with anchor. I still think that anchor is the worst position. I'd like to play him on point or mid, but again, depends a lot on your other characters. Any position would be fine for him, but the point is where he really shines, in my opinion. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. My favorite assist for my favorite character is the blue one, Spider Sting. Spider Sting can be very useful for combo extensions and for some conversions depending on the characters that you play. You can use it to convert auto grabs, auto throws, or again use it for extensions even far away in a combo because it has no hit stun deterioration. It is also one of the best assists for crossover counter because it's 100% invincible until the Spider Sting hit happens. So it means that you'll be able to get out of most situations using it. You can cancel into Web Glide after to escape, or even to convert into a full combo in case your opponent gets hit by the Spider Sting. You can also try to use it as a defensive tool in case your opponent is trying to be too aggressive. It's got some good priority, but remember it's not invincible as an assist, so it can still get punished. However, if you got no usages for Spider Sting in terms of combo extensions or even conversions, and you'd like a better neutral assist, you could go for the Web Ball, the pink assist. Web Ball is going to provide you some coverage, and in case your opponent gets hit by it, he's going to be trapped there for a while, giving you some time for conversions. Just remember that this assist is not that good for combos, as it's going to cause it to drop if your combo is longer, and it scales the damage a lot, so if you want to use it for a conversion or something out of a grab, your combo is going to be severely scaled. Plus, this assist also travels slowly, so sometimes you're not even going to be able to get conversions with it because you know it needed to be faster. So in general, you're only going to use this assist if you want a better neutral assist for your team and you got no usages for Spider Sting. The green assist Web Swing is terrible and I don't really recommend you use it for almost any situation. The best position for Spider-Man in my opinion is the point, where you can explore all his possibilities while having assists to back you up, force your opponent to block so that Spider-Man can get his insane pressure. He's very fast, so an assist that keeps the opponent down for you is gonna make him very hard to block. Plus again, he is the type of character that gets a lot more damage if you got assists to back you up, so the right assist can really make his damage extremely high. He's also one of the best characters in the game to hard tag people in, so after a full Spider-Man combo, you can still hard tag, let's say, into Dante, into Doctor Doom, into Hulk, and many others, and still get damage going after you already did a combo with Spider-Man, which is insane. So having him on point for getting that hit, since he's so good at it, and you can do the full combo and still get even more with other characters. So again, point, you really explore a lot. I love to play Spider-Man on the anchor position because I believe he does have the resources to handle things by himself. He doesn't really need backup, and mainly because I feel comfortable with the character and I love him. He's my favorite. So I like to have him as my insurance character because if I lose everyone else, I still got my favorite best character there. But Spider-Man is a complicated character. He's not really that easy to play. So having him by himself against 3 other characters can be complicated and hard. So I don't really recommend it in general unless you really want to master Spider-Man and feel comfortable with him. I really think that the point is going to be better, and then again, you're not really going to get a good support from him to others in general. So having him in anchor while you could have someone else that is not only easier to control in X Factor, but that can also provide a better backup, I really think that you could go for him in point and have someone better in the anchor. I just love to do it because I'm crazy. Mid position is the worst in my opinion because he doesn't really have the traits of a good mid character. His stacks are not really that good for damage, his stack infinite is extremely hard to pull off, not really reliable for a real match. His assists, again, if your point character can use it, that's great, but many situations they are not gonna be that good. You cannot DHC safely into Spider-Man. All of his 3 hyper combos require a lot of time for him to recover, so it's very likely that you're gonna get punished. So he simply doesn't have the traits for the mid, you know? He lacks everything for a good mid character. So in general, go for Spider-Man on point. I do coaching for UMVC3. In case you're interested in being coached by me personally, join my Discord server and send me a message on private about it. The link for it is on the description. Storm. With Storm, you really have no tricks or secrets. The only useful assist that I would recommend is the pink one, Whirlwind. Green assist is terrible because it takes too long to come out, extremely hard to implement in your neutral or even in combos. You gotta do very specific combos to be able to use it, and even then, usually it's not worth it. And the blue assist is literally useless. So with the pink one, at least you got an assist choice for your neutral, and out of all the options, that is clearly the only good one. My favorite position for her is the mid. I think she's a good backup character even though her assist options are not the best. Whirlwind again can be useful for neutral, but the good thing about Storm is her THC. The Ice Storm Super is fantastic because it OTGs, it does a ton of damage, so pretty much any character in the game can use it after a full combo to get that massive amount of damage. Plus you can also use it to snipe people in case you got a point character that has somewhat of a projectile super. You can just do it and then THC to stone for massive damage, or you can simply just THC to punish, let's say, an assist call or something. Man, you're gonna literally melt the assist just using one single THC. It's a perfect super to snipe people in general, to THC out safely, and again, probably one of the best supers in the game for you to use in THCs or even DHCs. I also need to mention that she's got one of the easiest stack infinites in the game. It's really easy to pull off, no matter if it's side, up, or down. And you can also do it mid-scream. She's got variants to do mid-scream that are also reliable. It's harder to start it in the corner, but still reliable. So again, perfect character for the mid position. You can try using her in the anchor position in case you want to, but I don't think that would be the most viable option because she's not really that good for comebacks. She does get better with X Factor. It fixes her low damage issue and also gives her new routes for combos like getting conversions after the double typhoon, but even then her damage is still quite low. She's not going to be able to KO 3 characters fast with the X Factor level 3 unless you can snipe an assist, and after the X Factor is over it's going to be really hard to deal with the situation all by herself. So it's an option if you have no other anchors, but I believe it would be better to have a better anchor and then playing her second. The point position is also an option, not my favorite, but you can in case you want to. With 2 assists to back you up, you can try to have one for your approach. She can have some solid mix-up potential with highs, lows. She can convert out of her air grabs too, so maybe you can make that work. And maybe have an assist for the zoning. She can also zone out depending on who you're fighting against, but because she doesn't really do a lot of damage, I don't really like her much as a point character. She also has no solid ways to hard tag into other characters to get some damage, you know, from other characters. So you're probably gonna have to reset a lot your combos or spend a ton of meter to get KOs. So again, basically it's better to have a point character that can, you know, do the damage and benefit from her backup instead of having her there and having to reset your combos all the time because you simply can't really do damage. Strider Hiryu. The blue assist of Strider Hiryu is one of the best in the game. It follows the opponent wherever he goes, and in case it hits on the ground, you can convert it to a full combo because again it hits the opponent for you. And in the air it forces a hard knockdown, so in case you have an OTG assist, you can follow it up with a full combo after, making it very deadly because there's simply no way for your opponent to escape unless he finds a way to punish it or to move around faster than Strider. It's gonna force them to respect you a lot more, and they're not gonna be as comfortable moving around as they would if Strider wasn't there. Characters that do have OTG pickups are gonna benefit from this one big time because you're gonna be able to implement it not only on your neutral but also on setups and mix-ups where your opponent is gonna have to guess correctly, because if they don't, the assist is gonna bring them down and your character will be able to pick up for a full combo. Green and pink assists are meant only for combos. They cause the green one a wall bounce, the pink a ground bounce, so you can try to use those in case you have no usages for Vajra, for your neutral, for pickups, or for the combos. But in most scenarios, again, the Vajra provides you so much in neutral, and in many cases can also be useful for combos that it's simply not worth even going for the pink or the green. Best way to play Strider Hiryu is to put him on the anchor position. Strider Hiryu has a ton of great resources to approach, projectiles that he can use to make his approaching safe, teleports, Vajra, so he's great at opening your opponent's defense up, but he doesn't do damage, so you're probably gonna have to reset a character 2 to 4 times to get a KO. Not to mention that in case you get hit once, you're probably going down because he's got one of the lowest HPs in the game. So X Factor is the perfect tool for Strider because it implements his damage, allowing him to get KOs now with one single hit. Plus, it also makes him so freaking fast that all of his options become safe, and it's very hard for him to get punished now. And if he can't get punished, you don't have to worry about his HP because your opponent won't be able to take you down if they can't land a hit on you. Add Ouroboros to this mix and you got one of the hardest characters to block in the entire game, considering how much faster he is now and all his tools of teleports to both sides, the slides, the lows, the overheads. You're probably gonna get a hit with Strider, and if you do, with Ouroboros and X Factor level 3, you'll be able to do a ton of damage and probably finish characters in a matter of seconds. Strider Hiryu is literally the all or nothing character. Use him on the anchor and save the X Factor for him, and once you activate it, go in and make sure you get your KOs and win the match while it's still active. If you are playing Strider Hiryu and you're out of X Factor, chances are you're gonna have again to reset your opponent multiple times. You're gonna have to play it perfectly because in case you get hit, you're probably going down. So because of the way he works, it's really not worth playing him on point or mid in my opinion, even though in mid is still gonna have X Factor level 2. I think you should try and save the X Factor level 3 for him. This way you got more time and the buff in damage and speed is even bigger. And again, you can also explore his Vajra assist, which is amazing for your point and second characters. So without X Factor, again, I don't feel like you're playing Strider right, so save him for the anchor. Super-Skrull. For Super-Skrull, I usually recommend the blue assist Tenderizer. Tenderizer keeps on screen for quite a while, so your opponent is gonna be on lockdown, allowing you to get some cool pressure, setups, and even unblockables. Some characters can also implement it in their conversions and combos, which is great. In case they do, 1 extra point for you to use it. One issue though is that because of how many hits it does, it scales the damage a lot for your combos, and it can also cause it to drop because the hits are not constant, like in Jam Session for example. So you're not going to be able to use it at the very end of combos, and again, if you use it closer to the beginning, you're going to scale your damage a lot. So even though it can be useful for combos and conversions, it's better to be used for setups like unblockables and mix-ups. If you want a better option for getting some combos and an OTG choice, you got the pink assist Stone's Might. It's not going to give you nearly as much support for neutral like Tenderizer, but again, depending on the team that you play, if you can't really find good usages for Tenderizer, Stone's Might might be the one for you. With Super-Skrull, I would recommend you play him on the anchor position. X Factor level 3 makes him extremely dangerous because his damage gets even higher, which you can melt characters' life instantly using Inferno Super. You also get new conversions out of the Meteor Smashing, and Meteor Smashing also becomes a lot harder to punish because he recovers faster from it due to the boost in speed. This allows Super-Skrull to not only have his basic choices like he does without X Factor, like the priority on the H, the lows, the command grabs, or even the air grabs, but also try to snipe people with Meteor Smash because again, it's going to be very hard for you to get punished for doing so, and you're going to be able to get a full combo in case you land a hit with it. If you don't want to use him on the anchor position, then I would recommend the point. There he can still work. If you got assist to help you get those hits and safely use Meteor Smashing and your air movement and go in, then you can still get some hits, do some damage. He's got a reasonable damage, especially if you got assists for the extensions. But the mid position, in my opinion, is the worst because he doesn't really have the traits of a good mid character. He won't offer you good tag options like infinites or tag combos. He doesn't really offer the best hard tag in options for you to do damage when you bring him in. You can't really DHC out safely into Skrull. Both of his options can be punished if you bring them up, so there is not really much he offers you as backup other than the Tenderizer assist, and that is only if your point character can use it. So honestly, I think you can have better backups to either support him if you want to play him on points, or again to support your point character and have Super-Skrull as your third and final character, the one that you're going to be using your X Factor and making sure you get the comeback in case everything goes south. Taskmaster. The 3 assists of Taskmaster are basically the same. It's triple arrow, it just changes if it's going to be shot on the ground, diagonal, or up. My recommendation for most situations would be using the pink assist, the one that shoots on the ground. This way you can cover your ground approach, you'll be able to use it for combos for many different characters. You can use it for your neutral, for zoning, in case you got a zoning team, you can call that too. For basically anything you want, mix-ups, pressure, you can call it in and use it as backup. Not to mention that the THC also follows the assist choice that you make, so if we use the pink assist, your THC will be the arrow shot on the ground, which can be great for many characters to use to snipe assists, to continue combos, so again, it's also going to be better for your THC most of the time. If you already got a solid option to cover the ground and you like an option to cover the air, you can use the blue assist. It's going to be shot up, so it covers the air. The shots are going to be spread, so it covers a good amount of distance. Plus, it also OTGs when it lands back on the floor, so you can try to implement it in combos as well. But again, I would only recommend this if you already got another assist to cover the ground, because in general, the pink should be more useful, not only for your combos but also for your neutral. My favorite position for Taskmaster is the mid. I think there you can use his assist, which is a good one for your point character. you can have a good DHC option into the shots using the arrows. You have 3 different possibilities of aiming the arrows, so you're probably at least going to have one good option to DHC from, depending on who your first character is. And you can also benefit from his DHC, which again is amazing, not only for you to finish your combos and maybe even getting follow-ups after, but also to snipe assists in neutral. If you want to play Taskmaster on point, I still think it's a very solid option. Having 2 assists to back you up can be interesting, to help you with your zoning in case you want to, or even to help you get your conversions when you go in, help you approach. It can also work. He can do some solid damage, being backed up by assists and with his supers. Plus, again, he's got a ton of life, he's got resources to both zone and try to approach, so he's a wholesome character. You can try to play him on point, can be a good choice too. I just feel like on mid, again, it's going to be better because you'll be able to explore his backup as THC, as assist, as DHC, and that is something you cannot do on the point position. Anchor position is my least favorite for him because I don't think he's the best combat character. I don't think he's the best with X Factor, because even though again he gets buffed speed and damage, he's not really that dangerous when it comes to opening your opponent's defense up. He doesn't really have a lot of options, he doesn't have fast overheads. All he's got is the low like everybody else does, and the option select of trying to go for a grab or having Spidey Swing shield skills to hit your opponent for you. Shield skills has some priority, so it beats a lot of things. But if your opponent is respectful and doesn't really commit too much into being risky, it's gonna be hard for you to approach and try to land a hit. And even if you find, let's say, a grab, all you can do out of it is maybe jump and super, which is gonna do some good damage in X Factor, but that is not enough to get KOs on most of the characters or for you to clean out the entire cast of your opponent. So I would recommend having him more mid or point. Any of these 2 choices can work, and I think it would be better than having him anchor. Thor. Most of the time with Thor, I would recommend the pink assist, Mighty Spark. It's not really a fantastic assist for your neutral to call it and go in, because again, it takes a long time for the beam part of the attack to come out, plus it doesn't really offer the best hitbox or the best hit stun. However, you got plenty of hits coming out close to the area of the hammer, which can be good for his own protection since he stays on the screen for quite a while, plus also for combos in case you can call him closer to you. All those hits are gonna do some damage and again keep the opponent in there for you to keep your combo going. The green assist, Mighty Smash, could also be a solid choice. It causes a ground bounce, it can be very useful for your combos, and it comes out fast. But the problem for me is that this one doesn't really offer you a lot of range, plus it's Thor pushing his body towards the opponent, so he can get punished in case you call him on neutral, making it more reliable indeed for the combos. But even then, because he uses the ground bounce, it can be useless for characters that already use ground bounce themselves. So it's mostly useful for combos, and in some situations it can't even be used for that. So I still think that the pink is more versatile. Please don't even try the blue assist. It's gonna offer you close to nothing, and again, you're gonna be much better off with the pink or the green. For Thor, I would recommend the point position. He's the kind of character that needs that backup to explore his maximum potential. He's got a lot of life, but he's low, so in case you want to land your hits, it's better if you got some assist in there to keep your opponent blocking, keep your opponent down so that you can have the time to approach. Plus, you really need assist to help you get extensions and conversions. Let's say out of your air grabs, it's gonna be good. And even again, after you've already done your combo with Thor, if you got an OTG assist or at least some assists that help you use your own OTG and extend the combo, it's gonna be great because Thor can enhance his damage by a lot with the right assists. You'll be able to get taunts and KO a lot of characters if you have that, but without them, his damage, even though it's still good, it's a lot more limited, and you're going to require very specific hits to be able to do damage to get KOs with him without assists. So assists are really going to make your life a lot easier, and you'll be able to explore all of his damage and his potential. If you have good usages for his assists and you want to play him on the mid position, that's fine, you can try to do that, but the anchor position is the one I would never go with him. Don't do that. X Factor, of course, implements the damage, but he already has that, and he's not really going to find the hits easy by himself, especially because, again, he's a slow character, and even with the boost of X Factor, you're probably still not going to have the means to get the hits easy and to get the KOs fast without having to spend bar anyway. So he's not really a good combat character. If you want to play Thor, use him on point and have 2 good assists to back him up, or in mid position in case you really feel like he can benefit your point character. Trish. With Trish, I like either the blue or the green, but I think that most of the time the blue can be an easier choice for you to use. Low voltage is a projectile that you can use just like any other for approaching, for zoning, just call it in neutral, you know, to put something in the screen. It's simple to use and it offers you the amazing THC of the high voltage. It does a ton of damage and it keeps going for quite a while, so depending on the character that you play, you can use it in your combos and even get some pickups after it's over, which is crazy. Now the green assist on the other hand is a trap assist that stays on the screen for some good amount of time, and in case your opponent lands on it, gets hit by it, it's gonna give you some good amount of time for you to get a conversion into a full combo. Now the thing here though is that it's terrible at combos because the scaling of the hit stun is insane, so you cannot use it for combos or even for conversions most of the time. You're really gonna call it in neutral and keep it there more for a space control so that your opponent can't really move around as free as he would like to. And again, that is great in case you play defensive characters and you like to have some backup to keep your opponent afraid of moving in towards you. This assist is going to be very helpful. THC for this assist is the round harvest, so you really got to see for your team, for your characters, if it's better to have the round harvest or the high voltage. I personally think that high voltage would be a better option for most cases, but again, for some specific situations, the round harvest would be better, so be sure to check that out too. The pink assist, hopscotch, is not worth it. It's also a trap assist, but again, it's not going to be as easy to convert off like Peekaboo in case your opponent lands on it, and it's also useless for combos, so it's like a worse trap assist anyway. So if you like a trap assist, go with the green, or again, stick with the blue assist, which is also a great one. Personally, I feel that in case you want to explore the dirtiest trick that Trish has to offer, I would play her on the point position. She's got a very powerful unblockable setup if you play her on the point position and you have one of your other characters to provide an assist that either hits low or overhead, and another character that you can hard tag into to have the unblockable, or even to convert from super jump heights in case your opponent doesn't block the round harvest and chooses to get hit by it by hard tagging into someone else. Not only that, but she also got amazing point character traits such as amazing mobility, good zoning tools, she can control the screen quite well with her traps, she's got dive kicks, she's got the possibility of overheads with try dashing, she's got far-reaching lows. I mean, she's great at opening your opponent's defense up, and she can benefit from assists to help her convert out of air grabs, to help her extend the combos. So again, she would be a great point character even if you didn't have the unblockable setup. But if you don't want to use a team that is going to be working all around that unblockable setup, I'd say she's actually a better mid character than point, because she's got amazing traits of a mid character too. Her assist, either the green or the blue, can be very beneficial for your point character. You got amazing DHC options into the high voltage or even the round harvest. You can use it not only to do damage after your first super, but you can also use them for THC or even to DHC into Trish safely. Plus, she also has a very reliable tech infinite. If you're in the corner, you can do up or down. It's gonna be easy to do it. You can, you know, bring her in safely and KO characters without having to spend bars. So again, she provides a great backup and is an even better mid than point, in my opinion, in case you don't want to go for the unblockable setup. Anchor position is the worst in my opinion, because I don't think she's the best comeback character. Even with X Factor, she wouldn't really get too much damage out of her combos. She wouldn't really have many new routes to be able to get KOs fast without having to spend bar. So better have another character for the anchor and use her support on the mid position, or explore all the crazy stuff that she can do on points, because honestly I think it would be a waste to use X Factor for her. Tron. Tron doesn't really offer the best assist options, but if I have to say one, I think I would go with the green. Because the fire comes out fast and offers some good hit stun, so you can use it for combos, but it's not really the best in neutral. Even though the green assists don't offer you much, the blue assist is gonna offer even less, because you're not gonna be able to use it for combos, because the first hit of the assist is usually gonna cause it to drop, and on neutral it's kind of unsafe because Tron stayed there for a long time and doesn't really provide the best coverage for herself or for you. So it's gonna be close to useless for any situation. And the pink one is also bad because it comes out fast, but it pushes the opponent too far away in neutral, so it's very unlikely you'll be able to call it and convert out of it. So you got nothing with the pink, you got nothing with the blue. Go for at least having combo extensions with the green. For Tron, the only viable option in my opinion is the point, because there you can have assist to back you up and help explore her potential. She can do a ton of damage with the right assist for extensions and also for some conversions like the command grabs or the regular grabs. And also to help you go in, to help you approach, keep the opponents under pressure so that she can open the opponent's defense up and then land all her amazing damage. Add that to the fact that she doesn't really offer good assist choices, and putting her on mid or anchor would be like having one less character to back you up. So I don't really think you should do that. She doesn't really offer anything. Like for supports, her assists are bad. The seeing into her to get your first character out safely is bad too, because all of her supers can be easily punished. You can't really have good tag options with her, no tag infinites, no high damage tag combos. The only good thing you can have with her maybe is the THC into Surf Bot. This way you can do the damage of both supers and possibly combo after, because Surf Bot keeps the opponent there for a long time. But other than that, she doesn't offer anything else. And that is just not enough to compensate having her in the mid position. Anchor position is not a good one as well, because she's not really the best comeback character. Again, she needs assist to help her convert in many situations, like her grabs, her catches. If you catch somebody in super jump height with, let's say, the jumping ass, which causes a ground bounce, you're gonna have limited options to continue the combo even with X Factor. I mean, you can try to cook something up there, but it's not gonna be the same as having an assist to help you put the opponent back down, use her OTG into the assist so that you can get the full extensions after into super. That is not gonna happen without backup, so you need that backup to explore her damage, to be able to let her finish the combos. And again, if she doesn't offer anything as backup, play her in point. You're gonna explore everything that she's got with your assist to back her up, and you're not gonna have to run a team with one less character to support you. Vergil. Vergil's blue assist is definitely the way to go most of the time. Rapid Slash offers you some reasonable coverage, it has some great hitbox, can be used for combo extensions, can be used for mix-ups. It has many usages, and if you compare it to the other assists, you'll see that it's the one that offers you the most. The pink assist Judgment Cut is not as good as the actual attack because it's got hit stun deterioration, so you're not going to be able to use it effectively in combos, they're going to be dropping. Plus, again, it doesn't really cover the entire screen, it's more of a local projectile. Can be somewhat useful, but if you got Rapid Slash, I don't see why you would use this one instead. The green assist could be somewhat useful for anti-airing people, but again, you're gonna call it, it's very unlikely you'll be able to convert out of this unless you're playing very specific characters and you're ready to pick up when Vergil comes in with the Rising Sun. It's not really the best for combos too, because it causes the drop after the second hit, so this is by far the worst assist in my opinion. For Vergil, I would highly recommend the anchor position or the mid position. He can still work on point, but this character is fantastic, probably one of the best in the game for making comebacks. He's very effective with X Factor, and from X Factor level 2 forward, he gets access to some crazy pickups. After high time, you can super jump and pick up. You get access to his infinite using Lunar Phase and Devil Trigger. So X Factor 2 or 3 Vergil is definitely a game changer. That's why mid or anchor are gonna be fantastic. If you have him anchor, again, he's gonna be your comeback character, gonna have X Factor for longer, and he's gonna be faster and stronger there. But the mid position can be really good too, because he offers swords as a DHC option for damage. If your characters don't really use ground bounce or wall bounce in their combos, having Vergil second can be very good, since you can keep the combo going even after a full combo with the point character. Not only the damage that you get out of DHC into Vergil, but also the possibility of DHC into him anytime into Devil Trigger, which is safe, or even Swords, which is also safe. But that again, it's an instant table turner. If you find yourself in any crazy situation with your point character and you feel like he's going down or that you can't handle, you just bring in Vergil with swords and you instantly get the momentum for yourself, and that is a really powerful tool to have. Again, if you want to use him on point, be my guest, it can still work. Just remember that you are not going to get the benefits of the X Factor crazy stuff that Vergil can pull off. but you'll still have access to 2 assists, which can be nice to extend his combos or even help him land a hit. And depending on the characters you use, if you can have some assists to build your meter, which can be really crazy for Vergil because you can keep using swords or devil trigger all the time, it can also be a solid way to play him in case you want to. But again, mid or anchor would be my choices. Viewtiful Joe. If I had to choose one assist for Joe, it would probably be the pink one. Boomerang is a projectile assist that you can pull off to use neutral, and that can also be useful for some combo extensions. Fortunately, it has no hitstun deterioration, so you can use it even far in a combo. The only thing is that it's not going to provide you a lot of hitstun, but you can be ensured that the hitstun is always going to be the same no matter where you are in a combo. The blue assist, Shocking Pink, can be useful as well, but that assist can actually be bad because it can hit you, it can hurt yourself, so depending on the way you use it, it can screw up your combo because you blow up as well as your opponents, or in neutral, the opponent can actually kick or punch the bomb back to you, and then you're gonna be exploding as well, so it's a very unstable assist. It can be useful if you learn how to master the usage of it for combos. Maybe you will be able to use it effectively and never get hit by it, but to use in neutral, it's very unstable, and depending on the situations for combos, it can be unstable as well, so I don't really recommend this assist as much. The green assist is terrible for everything, so believe me, don't even waste your time trying to use that one. The best position for Joe, in my opinion, is the point, because again, mid or anchor doesn't really make sense if you think of X Factor usage. He doesn't really use X Factor as effectively as other characters, and again, his assists are not the greatest as well, so having him there to provide backup for your point or even for your mid, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. You could have him on point and have 2 assists to help him do his zoning, which he can be really annoying when he does that. It can also help him approach, which he does very well too. He's got both options, zoning or approaching. He's very versatile in that sense. And create a game plan based around, again, either the zoning or even exploring his low. His low option is fantastic. That super puts the opponent in a terrible disadvantage. And having 2 assists to back you up can be really nice to either make it easy for you to implement that in your combos, or even to hard tag into those characters once the characters slow down, to go for some insane pressure and basically guarantee the KO, because again, slowdown is a really big change. The opponent is gonna be on some serious trouble, and if you hard tag into a character that is very good at rushing down and open the opponent's defense up, it's very unlikely the opponent will be able to escape it unless they decide to hard tag the character away. But then again, he's gonna be slowed down when he gets back on screen, so again, that can be a really solid option. That can be an interesting team if you use other characters to try and explore that slow as well. But again, point position is the one I would recommend. Wesker. The best assist and most common for Wesker is the green assist, the low shots. It's an OTG, it's gonna be very helpful for your combos, and it also hits low at the same time, so this assist can also be implemented in some unblockable situations. The blue assist, Jaguar Dash, is an option I like to go sometimes depending on the characters that I play, but it's an unstable assist, I would say, because it tends to go through the opponent in combos sometimes when the opponent is being juggled. Sometimes Wesker will miss the last hits of Jaguar Dash, and that tends to cause a drop in your combos. That same issue can also happen in neutral if you try to call that assist and let's say go in or something like that. It can also miss the last hits, and again, if that happens, you're very unlikely going to be able to convert into a full combo or anything like that. So because of that inconsistency, that's why I put it as second best and have the gunshot as the best assist. The pink assist, I wouldn't really go for it. It's a wall bounce, it can be used for combos, but again, if you got the blue or the green, I don't really see a reason why to go for that one. It's going to be totally useless for neutral. And if you can get extensions with the green assist or even the blue, there's no point in going for the pink. If you want a better neutral assist, then at least try the blue one instead. If you want to play Wesker, I highly recommend you play him on point or anchor position. Wesker has great movement options, speed and damage, so if you got assists in there to help him go in with the teleports and all that crazy stuff, you're gonna be a real menace. And in case you land the hits, you can do some nasty damage, especially if you take off the glasses in the beginning. You can take off by using the super, or in case you get beat up in the process again, you're gonna have the glasses off, so you're gonna be dealing massive damage, and you also got the assist there to boost the combos, or again to help him approach. With the teleports, you get those overheads by teleporting up, you get the lows, and you can also get the command grabs. Command grabs from Wesker does a ton of damage as well, in case you know how to perform the combos. So he's a really solid option for your point. Anchor Wesker is very effective as well. X Factor boosts Wesker tremendously. Not only the damage goes high, but his combo routes get a lot better. You can relaunch people up to 2 times without even having the assist, and that by itself should be enough to finish any character in the game without even having to use a bar. So if you land a hit with Wesker on X Factor level 3, you are guaranteed to get the KO. The mid position is the only one I don't really like for him that much, because DHCing into Wesker for damage sucks big time for most situations. Unless you're mid-screen and then you can get all of the hits from Phantom Dance, in the corner it's gonna suck. You're barely gonna deal any damage, and in situations where you would normally DHC into the mid character and get the KO, with Wesker you're gonna DHC to him and you're not gonna get the KO because he doesn't do damage if the opponent is locked in the corner. So you're gonna have to spend a 3rd bar to get the KO or X Factor, or you're just not gonna get the KO because he doesn't really do that much damage. So it's better to have someone else, in my opinion, in that position to ensure that in case you land a hit with your points and you got a DNC for the KO, you can do that without having to go through your 3rd character, which happens a lot of times when you're playing Wesker mid. He also doesn't provide the best stack combos or the best DHC into the screen safely. I mean, Phantom Dance is one of the choices, or even the counter super if you have space, but if you don't really have a lot of space, both can get punished, and if the opponent is free to move, he can punish both as well, maybe with a counter super or even with a snap in the case of Phantom Dance. So he doesn't really provide the good stuff that a mid character should provide, so why put him there, you know? Put him on point or anchor and you're gonna be really good. Wolverine. For Wolverine, I recommend the blue assist, Berserker Barrage. That assist comes out really fast and pushes Wolverine forward, so it can be one quick option in case you're close to your opponent to call. And maybe, you know, try to get a mix in there, maybe a teleport or a cartwheel in case of Captain America or Frank West, stuff like that. And try to use it as a way to, you know, do a quick mix-up in case you're close to your opponent in the neutral. This assist is not the best for combo extensions. A few characters might be able to use it, but most of the time it's mainly going to be used in the neutral in the way that I mentioned early, because again, it doesn't really provide a lot of hit stun for you to use in your combos. The pink assist Tornado Claw is not useful most of the time. Yes, it can be used for combos depending on the characters that you play. It's very specific situations, so if your character can use Tornado Claw, maybe you can give it a chance, but in general, I wouldn't really recommend it because it's useless for neutral, and again, only if you can make good usage of it for, let's say, a combo, or even the THC, because it changes. Instead of being Berserker Barrage, it turns into Fatal Claw. So you gotta see which of those supers is better for you on the THC. If it doesn't make any difference, see if you can implement it in your combos. If you can't, Berserker Barrage is gonna be a lot better because it can also be implemented in your neutral a lot more effectively than Tornado Claw. Berserker Slash, the green assist, is not something I would recommend. Again, in neutral, if you can use the blue assist, it's gonna be better than the green one, so there's no real reason for you to use the green in that situation. For combos, maybe, depending on the characters that you play, that can work a little better for your combos, but it can be inconsistent as well, because sometimes Wolverine will cross the opponent and push them towards you, or if he keeps on the same side, he's gonna push them away, so you're never really sure what's gonna happen. And again, that assist is the worst in my opinion, so go with the blue or the pink, but most of the time I'd say the blue one. To play Wolverine, I highly recommend the point position. It's by far my favorite. He becomes a real menace when you got assists in there. You can move freely with him, go for the Berserker Slashes and have cross-ups. If you got assists in there, not only can you make that movement safe, but you can also convert in case you land those, because the assist is going to keep the character in the combo for you. And again, you got lots of priority, you got the dives. If you got assist in there, you can convert out of his grabs. Out of any of his grabs, you can convert if you got assist in there. So he becomes a really solid point character, because any hit that you land on the opponent, out of again the Berserker Slashes that cross, or the grabs, or the lows, or the dive kicks, can turn into a full combo and deal high damage. Wolverine has the Fatal Claw loops, and the Fatal Claw by itself does a ton of damage, so he's a really menacing character if you got backup to help him convert out of his hits and help him go crazy with his movement. If you want to play him on Anchor, you can. He becomes really dangerous with X Factor, especially the level 3 one. His speed enhances greatly, and if you mix that with Berserker Charge, he gets so fast to the point where you can't even control him properly. But again, you're going to be able to loop the heavies into Berserker Charges, and you're probably going to get the KOs on your opponent before the combo drops. And it's going to be really hard for your opponent to keep a track of you where you are. And again, you're going to be able to convert alone. In case you land a Berserker Charge, you can convert yourself. You're so fast that now you can recover in time to, to block, to not get punished, and to convert. However, once the X Factor is over, again, Wolverine is going to be coming back to a situation where he can't really do a lot of damage by himself unless you got a lot of meter. And he can't really go in crazy because there will be no assist to help you convert out of your grabs or to make your Berserker Charges safe. So I don't really like the anchor position unless you don't have better characters to put in there. If you got something better to put in there, be sure to put that character there in Wolverine on points. It's gonna be a lot better. But if you're out of anchor options, okay, Wolverine can fit that spot. Mid is the worst position in my opinion for Wolverine. He's got the safety DHC into Berserker Charge, of course, yeah. But he doesn't really provide good assists in general to back up your point character. Plus, again, not the best tag options. He's not the character to provide help. He's the character you wanna play and have others help him. That's more effective for Wolverine, so putting him on mid is the worst in my opinion. X23. The only viable assist option for X23 is the green assist. It hits OTG, so you can try to use for combos, and it also hits low, so you can also use for unblockables. It's not the best for neutral, but the pink and the blue assist are worse. They don't really work for anything. They are completely useless. Don't even waste your time with one of those two. If you pick X23, already go for the green assist, every time. If you manage to find usage for the blue or for the pink, congratulations! I congratulate you, sir, because they are terrible. My favorite position for X23 is the mid position, because there she gets access to X Factor level 2, and from X Factor level 2 forward, she gets access to the relaunches using her OTG into a relaunch, and she can do that multiple times. That does some massive damage, and the idea with X23 to play her effectively is to try and get the KOs on your opponents and saving the bar when you do that, so that you can have her level 3 and the incoming opponent to get the unblockable. If you play her on the point position, it can work. You can have assists to back you up so that you can use her insane speed and movement to cross people, to open their defense up, to do combos. Assists will be welcome as well to boost her damage. But again, she's not going to be able to do the damage without spending the bar. And if you use X Factor, you cannot do the relaunches. So you're not going to be able to implement the unblockable game strategy as effectively. If you have her mid, not only do you get the relaunches with X Factor, allowing you to get meterless KOs, but you also have an anchor assist that you can use to ensure that you can get the pickups with the unblockable in case the X Factor is over, or even to help you ensure the unblockable is going to happen. An assist like Jam Session or anything that stays in the top area where your opponent comes in when their character is about to enter the screen will ensure they have to block something or that they're going to get hit by something. So when you do the level 3, the opponent is vulnerable for you to open the defense up, and then again you can convert the unblockable into a full combo and possibly get the KOs and not let your opponent play. Having her on anchor can be really good too. Again, X Factor boosts her immensely, and X Factor level 3 is of course the best option in terms of damage and speed. However, you're not going to have an assist to help her do the unblockable. It's not necessary, it's not mandatory to make it work, but an assist should make your life simpler and easier to ensure the unblockable is going to happen. Plus, again, the assist can be helpful in case the X Factor runs out and you want to convert using the OTG or to do extra damage. If you play her anchor, you're not going to have that assist. You're just going to have the enhanced speed and damage for longer, of course, but you're not going to have that backup. I prefer to have it, so mid position is my favorite. Zero. Zero doesn't offer amazing assists in general, but you can either go with the pink or the green assist. The pink assist is going to be better for anti-airing people, and again, depending on the character you play, you might be able to use it for combo conversions. or extensions, and maybe even pick up in case you just call it randomly neutral and it hits your opponent. It's better to use with characters that can convert easily from super jump heights. This assist can be useful for those scenarios. In case you cannot use the pink assist for your character, the green is going to be the one to go. It's basically a projectile that doesn't offer you much, honestly. It doesn't really offer a lot of hit stun for you to convert or for you to use in your combos. It's mostly just to, bring it up in neutral, to get maybe a cheap damage, to annoy your opponent most of the time. And the good thing is that if you get the Shadow with 0, you get 2 projectiles. So it gets some cool enhancement there if you get 0 with the Shadow. But even then, it's not really fantastic or anything. It's just to have something to use in case you can't use the pink. The blue assist sucks bad. It's not useful for anything, so don't even bother trying that one. The best position for Zero is the point. On point, Zero gets 2 assists to help him play the game, help him convert out of his air grabs, help him go for his teleports and get crosses, help him with the mix-ups, which he is already very strong by himself. But with assists you can get multiple extra layers, help him get combo extensions, with help not only with the damage, but also to build the bar that he uses all the time in using the Shadow. The Shadow is not only going to be useful for you to get the lightning loops so that you can get the easy KOs in the corner, but also very useful for your neutral. So having assists for Zero is really the way to go and to explore the maximum that the character offers. Because of this insane potential to get KOs on any character out of pretty much any hit that you get thanks to the lightning loops, it's kinda senseless to put X Factor for this character because the boosting damage doesn't really matter because you don't need it. As long as you can convert your combos and do enough hits to build the bar to get the lightning loops, X Factor is pretty much useless. It's only gonna be good for speed, but Zero already got that too. He's got the movement and with assist in there, again, to help him convert the hits and to help him extend the combos to do the damage and to build the bar. X Factor is simply unnecessary for Zero. So anchor position is not something I would recommend. And the mid is also not good because again, Zero doesn't really offer good assist in general. So why put him in there? He's not going to be providing good backup for your point character or for your mid character. Put him on the point position, and as long as Zero is alive with 2 assists to help him, you've got one of the best teams, one of the best characters in the entire game. If you got to this point in the video, I'd like to say thank you. You probably watched the whole thing, and that is very helpful to make the video go well. I'd also like to remind you to leave the thumbs up and leave a comment if you didn't already, because that is going to help out the video. This 2-hour-long video that you just saw took me over 100 hours to make, so a lot of work into this video, and I'm putting it out there for free. So if you can do that, it's going to help me out big time, and any direct contributions you'd like to make as well is going to be welcome. You can do them on my tipping page by scanning the QR code that is on screen right now, or you can find the link for the tipping page as well on the description of the video. Any contributions will be really appreciated and will motivate me to keep making videos like this one. Hey you! Wanna get my coaching? Wanna request a team for me to play in videos? Check out the description for all the links. On my Discord server, you can send me a direct message about the coaching and be a part of our amazing community. On Patreon, you get to request teams for me to play in videos and support my work big time. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch, because I stream there too. E se você for brasileiro, você pode pedir times através das assinaturas do LivePix. Cada uma delas está disponível aqui na descrição. If you enjoyed today's video, you're probably gonna enjoy this one or this playlist. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you later!